Good afternoon and welcome to the Heed Army podcast for full match commentary of Gateshead versus Southend United. And it is a glorious looking afternoon on Tyneside. The cold is a different matter, but today the football should, as ever, warm us up here. And it's a National League encounter where Gateshead, if results go their way, could go as high as fourth this evening in the National League. But there's a lot of football to be played, as we always say. And my name's David Gaddis. I'm joined by Mark Carruthers. And Mark, as I say, we haven't got a team sheet. Oh, we have got a team sheet there in front of us. Sorry, I have to say. Unfortunately for Southend United, they're down to the bare bones, as they have been a lot of this season, but only 2 substitutes on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, the problems at Southend have been well versed, haven't they, in recent, years almost. But what I would say, it might well be a 13-man squad, but it's a strong 13-man squad. There's some some very talented players in there. I think everyone was saying over the last sort of 48 hours that if it wasn't for that 10-point deduction, there would be a point behind Gateshead. And that tells you everything you need to know. I mean, people like Dan Mooney, Harry Taylor, Harry Cardwell, good players, Dan Carney at this level, players that have
and of course, players that are injured today as well, like Von Gook as well. They've got an array of talent in amongst their ranks. And of course, we mentioned there they had a 10-point deduction. It's been a hard season, but this team has dug deep. And we spoke to Chris Phillips on the Heed Army podcast. The togetherness of the Southend as a fan base and club and players as a whole is a real testament to what they've went through. And of course, we know as Gateshead, we've been through similar things. But as I say, the manager has done nothing short of miracles down there. Of course, we mentioned good players, but to have so many, so little and do so much is quite testament to the man himself.
Well, I think looking at it, it's, and I've just obviously, as you know, hosted in hospitality and had a chat with Robbie Tinkler, and he was saying, when things like this happen, it pulls a playing squad together because it's all you can do. You can't affect it. You can't really do anything unless you go to the far end that obviously Gateshead players did when they had the issues where they threatened to go on strike and stuff like that. And, you look at this squad and it looks a tight squad. It looks a squad that knows that they're playing for their lives. Hopefully there will be a resolution in the coming weeks. And we know that we're sort of waiting on that going through, which would be great to see. Because Southend United, I mentioned it on the podcast on Thursday. It's not that long since I remember watching them in what is now the Championship. Beating Newcastle, and
I was to say that they had famous names. That it was Freddie Eastwood was popping up with magnificent goals every week. They were the talked about team for a couple of seasons.
You've got people like Stan Collymore played for them.
Yeah.
He scored against Newcastle in '93, I think it was. They're a great club, and quite frankly, the fans have deserved better than what they've had to put up with.
I certainly have. Also, as well, we've got a little bit of a public service announcement. If you could do us a favour, we can't tweet out at the moment. We are looking for a missing part of our broadcast that enables us to have the commentary on the National League TV TV streaming service even. So if you could just put out that, hopefully it will be rectified. We are a man down here at Gateshead. Jack McGragan, unfortunately ill, and we're still trying to get everything sorted in his absence. We hope he gets well very soon. But at the moment, if you could let people know on Twitter, that would be absolutely fantastic. But as I say, let them know that the commentary is here, and if they have purchased this, they can watch and listen to us still on here. But that's just a little service announcement. Also, as well, if you are new to listen to us, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you join us on a more regular occasion. If you can't make it down here to Gateshead and see the team play in the flesh, we know it's a difficult time at the moment. Christmas is coming, cost of living, illness, working, holidays, it all happens. But we are here for you to make you feel part of it here at Gateshead International Stadium. Also, as well, so if you'd like to join us, it might not be Thursday this week, but keep an eye out on social media at Heed_Army on Twitter. And we will be bringing you a show roundup on this and previewing the trip down to Woking next week. But Mark, just concentrating on Gateshead a little at the moment. The last 3 games have been nothing but running out of words to describe how it is. Stupendous. It's been magnificent. The run of form that Rob Elliott has got the lads on at the moment.
I mean, going to Barnet was always going to be a tough one. Coming away with a 2-0 that probably should have been more comfortable, even more comfortable, I should say, was outstanding. Then you think, well, is Solihull going to be a step too far? 72 hours later, whatever it was. and then Gordon gets to get the win down there, which again probably should have been more comfortable than it was.
Yeah.
And on the back of the 6-0 win against Dorking here last time, it's arguably three of the best results Gateshead have had since they've been back into this level.
Yeah, as I say, the amount of goals that they've scored in those games and the quality of the goals as well. And of course, those 2 clean sheets. As I say, you could argue that it was a soft penalty given away. It could have been 3 clean sheets, but let's not get too worked up on the semantics of it all. But say we did have Johnny Gray sent us a message on Facebook, and he has put YouTube even. Looks like I was wrong about the Kenton bookings. Apologies for spreading fake news. Yes, his ear is available here. I'll go through the squad just now. I'll go through Southend first. Dave Martin in goal, and I think that's son of Alvin Martin, if I believe right, came through the West Ham Academy. Gus Scott Morris, Nathan Ralph is captain. Ollie Kensdale wears number 6. Jack Bridge, Noor Hussein. It says Harry Cardwell, Dan Mooney, Harry Taylor, Dan Carnu, Brooklyn Cabagolo, and Jack Wood and Maury Villihet, who used to be at Barnet and always had a good game against us, if memory serves me right. Gateshead line up like this: it's Archie Mayer in goal, Kenton Richardson, Louis Story, Mamadou Job, Kieran Lofthouse. It is Ed Francis, Callum Whelan, Regan Booty, Stephen Wern, the captain Greg Ollie, and up top is Marcus Denanga. On the bench, Gateshead have Tom Allen, Jordan Hunter, Connor Panny, Luke Hannant, and Billy Chadwick. And in recent games, Mark, we've said this a few times, and what a strong bench it is at the moment for Gateshead. There's options aplenty and lots of ways you can reshuffle the pack if injury happens.
Well, I'm interested to see how this works today. I think the least disruption to the starting lineup would mean Booty going in at left wing back.
Yeah, I was speaking to our counterparts from BBC Essex, and I said my thoughts to say they're going to be Booty or Wern at left wing back, but the form Wern's in, can you take him away from that role behind Denanga?
I think you need him as close as possible to the final third and be able to do what he does. I mean, I think it's not so long ago that we said that. Stephen Wern had sort of hit a little bit of a dip in form, but you look now and he's all of a sudden hit right back in. He's scoring goals, he's creating goals, and he's been fantastic. So, but there's plenty of threat in this Gateshead side. You look, Karen Lofthouse obviously hit a great bit of form. You look in midfield, Ed Francis, Callum Whelan, Booty, as we mentioned, has done really well. And Greg Ollie as well has come back in. There has obviously been a big call made up front. Billy Chadwick last time we were here scored a hat-trick against Dorking, kept his place for Barnet and did well without scoring. Denanga back in on Tuesday at Solihull. And it's been some big calls for Rob. I had a good chat with him on Thursday, which was a piece of the Sunderland Echo, and he opened up about the big problems that he's got, and it's big problems of the right kind, because there are players who deserve to be in this side week in, week out, who can't get anywhere near it at the moment, and you can't really envy him having to make those calls, because there's going to be people who are disappointed. But that's the nature of it. I should probably tell you Dave's on the phone to Jack McGragan, hence my rhetoric there. He's trying to sort something out for the National League TV. But just go through the teams again. Southend will start with Dave Martin in goal, former West Ham goalkeeper. Number 2, Gus Scott Morris. Number 3 is Nathan Ralph. Number 6, Ollie Kensdale. Number 7, Jack Bridge. Number 8, Noor Hussein. Number 9, the always dangerous Harry Cardwell. 10 is Dan Mooney, 16 Harry Taylor, 19 Dan Canoe, and 22 is Brooklyn Cabangolo. And for Gateshead in goal is number 1 Archie Mayer, number 5 Kenton Richardson, 6 Louis Story, 30 Mamadou Job, 28 Karen Lofthouse, 8 Ed Francis, 4 is Callum Whelan, 3 Regan Booty, 11 Stephen Wern, 10 is Captain Greg Ollie, and 9 is Marcus Denanga. And I can give me voice a break for 2 minutes while I let Dave come back.
Also, apologies as well if you might have heard some choice language in the background. Was it picked up on mic, Mark?
I don't know. I
wasn't. That's good.
I was too busy trying to fill dead space.
I didn't even know I knew it. But yeah, we're hoping to get the National League audio up. There's just one little part which is stopping the whole thing from happening. But as I say, we are glad that you have joined us here on the commentary here. You won't miss a kick with us. And Rob Elliott has come out. And Mark, you would be hard pressed to find any reason why the caretaker manager shouldn't get the job permanently.
Yeah, I mean, certainly, I think I said at the time when he was appointed as interim that it was a case of it's his to win, and then sometimes in that scenario you can only lose the job because your team goes on a bit of a bad run of form. But he was in a weird scenario where he's taken over a side that were doing well, were confident, and not often you take over a job like that, and he's done it, and kind of kept the momentum going, barring one or two little hiccups.
Well, it certainly has. He's made the job is his to gain at the moment. The teams are coming out. Southend United in yellow strip, Gateshead in white and black. And this is how we'll go through the lineups again. This is how Gateshead lineup this afternoon. Archie Mayer in goal, Kenton Richardson, Louis Story, Mamadou Job, Kieran Lofthouse, Ed Francis, Callum Whelan, Regan Booty, nearly said Rogan Booty there. Stephen Wern, Greg Ollie the captain, and Marcus Denanga up front. This is how the visitors line up. David Martin, Gus Scott Morris, Nathan Ralph, who is the captain, Ollie Kensdale, Jack Bridge, Noah Hussein, Harry Cardwell, Dan Mooney, Harry Taylor, Dan Cano, and Brooklyn Cababono. And easy for me to say, Jack Wood and Mauro Villette on the bench. And there's a fantastic away following from Southend. I think there was 3 or 4 coaches I've seen on social media. There was a lot of Southend United fans made the trip up last night and made a weekend of it here on Tyneside, and why not? But I don't know if you've seen where a couple of Southend fans ended up. It did look more like Durham Prison than a hotel, Mark, on their photos on social media. But I'm hoping they had a good time nonetheless. And we are waiting for the captains to get together for the coin toss here at Gateshead Stadium. And remember, let us know where you're listening from. Send in your messages. We'll get them up where we can. And we've got one from Liv Walden. She's put hello, and we're putting hello back. And to her husband, who's in the middle of the Irish Sea, he's put hello to one and all, trying to look busy at work while listening to the game. Well, we hope you enjoy it. We're certainly hyped up for this one. I'll say I was nervous this morning for this one. It was a game you think, oh, winnable, but the things Southend are doing this year and against all odds, this will not be an easy game at all. And it looks like Southend have won the coin toss, although they are going to kick off, and they're going towards the Felon End, Gateshead towards the River Tyne, and we are all set and ready to go here. And it does look as if Regan Booty is, it looks like Werney might be the wing back here, the way he's setting up at the moment.
I would argue that means in midfield you'd probably see Regan Booty play further forward than the likes of Ed Francis and Callum Whelan.
Give him a little bit more of that freedom moving forward. We've got Neil Robinson. Hello from North Devon. Thank you very much for joining us. We are underway. It is National League action here. And unfortunately, National League TV can't hear us at the moment, but a ball over the top for Ollie to chase. And I'd say he does very well. Keeps the ball in. Wern on the underlap. Plays it through. Wern, bounces back to Ollie. Can he get a shot off in the opening stages? He can. Keeper makes a save at the post and smothers it second time. But Gateshead starting on the front foot.
Yeah, great start from Greg Ollie there. I think he made the right option to get the ball in. Just keep Southend on the back foot. But yeah, really positive. Good to see.
Well, it was Ollie Kensdale that nodded it clear, thinking it would go out, but it stayed in. Ball played forward by Southend on the far side. Cardwell wins the header, but Job was there to clear it to Francis. On the far side is Lofthouse, just plays it back to Kenton Richardson. Louis Story in that familiar place in the centre of defence plays it across the goal mouth to Archie Mayer, in turn to Job. Plays the ball forward, tried to pick out Ollie in midfield, but Wern just disrupts. And Southend can try and build again as Hussein plays the ball back to Cabalongo, who is a man mountain. As Gateshead just pick up the loose ball, can be cleared now. Wasn't the greatest clearance though. And mops up again, Job. Gateshead just trying to get into their passing style, but the ball comes off Ollie for a throw. And he's not happy about that one, but from here it looked like it was the Southend one.
Yeah, it did.
Footballers, God bless them, they always try. Well, there's going to be this throw in by Scott Morris. Looks like we're going to see a long throw here. He's drying the ball on his shirt. It's a run up. And then he chucks it down into space for the runner, down toward dead ball line, gets the ball back, puts a cross in. It's not the greatest, but it gets through, and Mayer sees the ball pass, and it must have took a deflection. It's a corner, but well worked corner there.
Throw in, yeah.
It's because the ball went down to the dead ball line there. That threw me.
Yeah, just really well worked and caught Gateshead out a bit. But little bit of a let-off.
Jack Robson's asking if Greg is behind Marcus. Well, we still haven't seen the full fluid formation yet, but at the moment it's Marcus and Marcus Denanga and Stephen Wern high up the pitch, waiting for the clearance. As Job and Scott Morris just get a talking to, getting competitive in their running about in the penalty area, waiting for this delivery from the far side. In it comes now. It's into the centre. It's always been brought down well, cleared by Gateshead and Cabalongo, who's really
Brilliant.
made himself a nuisance, but Gateshead on the attack now. Regan Booty looks up, gets to Ollie in the centre circle. Nice vision from Francis, but the ball just didn't have the accuracy to get there. And it's going to be kept in on the far side by Bridge. And Gateshead trying to press to win the ball back. Clearance only as far as Francis, but the ball's taken off his toes by Cardwell and comes off Cardwell for a throw.
Nice and energetic start from both sides.
Stole the words out of my mouth there. It has a nice high tempo. Both sides trying to get a foothold early on in the game. Ollie. It's passed back to Job, who chases the ball down. Passes it back to Archie Mayer, who's in space, who picks out Francis. Calmly gives it to Job. Left-hand side of the box, back to Archie Mayer, and Gateshead not in any hurry to get the ball up the pitch. It's the reset. It's what they want to do, get into position, and then try and hurt the opposition in the final third. As the ball forward there, there's a good one up to Lofthouse. Can he find a teammate? He can. Kenton Richardson calmly pays it back to Story. Richardson.
Nice.
Now Lofthouse has space to run into. It's ball through there and held up well by Cabalongo. Long clearance. Job nods the ball up in the air. Gets onto the end of his own header there and clears the ball up the pitch, but it's picked up now by Kensdale. Sorry, it isn't Kensdale. That's Canu.
Ref.
Well, there we go. Free kick given. It's Harry Taylor, actually. I'll get the names right. 5 minutes in, 0-0. Very energetic start from both sides. Yet to carve out any chance, but we've had a corner for Southend. Good press from Cardwell. I was speaking to BBC Radio Essex, and they said that Cardwell has been very good at that game all season, but Booty can bring the ball forward. He's into the final third, puts it out to Wern on the left-hand side. Drives, cuts inside with the ball. Oh, he tried to get it through to Ollie. And it does now, as Booty was offside. Now Booty gets the ball. Can he put a delivery in? It's a whipped one, but hits the first man and cleared. As Canu is holding the ball up. Appeals from handball from the Tyne and Weir stand, but Gateshead pick it up midfield. Sloppy pass. And now they can build again as Francis receives the ball from Story. Feels a lot longer than just 6 minutes into this game. It's been a very
so much happening.
Very busy game for both sides. And someone's asked our Southend in the fans in the East Stand. They are, and they've brought a great travelling contingent. As Kenton Richardson plays the ball back to Archie Mayer. All in pink today.
Good.
Nice ball through to Job. This gets Gateshead moving forward, but Booty picks it up in midfield, crosses the halfway line. He's got Ollie just in front of him. He's got Denanga on the other side. Puts it through to Denanga. Lovely first touch. Whoa! Oh, well, the first touch was beautiful, but he swung a left-footed it and, well, just didn't get over the top of it, and skyward bound it went.
Got to admit, the keeper work at very least. It's wild. He's just tried to go for power. I think placement was maybe the better option there. Martin's not really come to close him down. I think he had more time as well. Brilliant from Booty, I will say.
In hindsight, I think his touch was better than he thought, and it took him away from the defender, and he swung that left boot at it, but beautiful vision to get the ball through from Booty, as Booty tries to win the ball in midfield, as a foul's being given.
It was.
As Mooney was fouled there, former Altrincham man. And this is an opportunity about 45 yards out for Mooney to get the ball into the box. It'll be a little bit ambitious to have a punt from here, Mark.
It would be. We're talking Naeem levels.
But he's got some big target men to go for there. As it comes in now, there was a nice run there on the far side and goes behind for a corner. As Brooklyn Cabalongo was did a lovely turn there for the run and timed it beautifully.
Yeah, big side on there.
Very big. Well, Cardwell, Brooklyn Cabalongo is and there's a Kensdale, all big units as this one comes in, bounces through, and Gateshead managed to clear it. Don't ever want to let it bounce in the 6-yard box from a corner, but Gateshead come away with it, and a lovely move now from Gateshead as Ollie has Lofthouse on the far side. Denanga in the centre, picks out Denanga. His first touch is good, lays it off. Whelan, can he pull it back? He can. Oh, and it's just been hooked clear. Anywhere will do for Southend at the moment, and lovely play from Job just to stop the ball dead and bring Wern into play. Wern receives the ball back from Booty, left-hand side of the pitch, inside to Ollie. Ollie just kind of, caught dawdling there. There wasn't a shout for him. Job just seems to be everywhere at the back at the moment. Nods the ball down to Booty. Francis, Ollie, Whelan in the centre. Lovely stuff. That's well held up by Callum Whelan there.
Start again if you need to.
As it goes back to Job. It's the first time seeing him play in the flesh, and so the young man seems to be very composed.
Yeah, he does, but I just think his distribution needs a little bit of work. He's given the ball away a couple of times in the opening 5 minutes, and not really, difficult passes. But other than that, looks defensively very good.
Francis looking for the player, picks out Booty, who's on the left-hand side of the pitch, plays it inside to the centre circle to Story. Francis, still in the centre circle, puts it back out to Booty. He's got space if he can get a runner, and gets it into Ollie. Oh, just skipped away from him, but Denanga picks up with the loose ball. Whelan, calm there. He could have put it out to Lofthouse straight away, but that's the ball to Lofthouse. Can he get there? And Martin does well to anticipate the run, lets it go out behind for a goal kick.
It's quite interesting watching Gateshead today because you look at that midfield three and it very much is a three. Ed Francis is kind of playing that sitting role, but Whelan and Booty are being given a bit more license to break forwards. And it's working quite nicely at the moment. They're sort of, I wouldn't say dominating possession, but they're certainly enjoying the better of it.
It seems to be that they're being very precise with the decisions there, because it looked like Lofthouse was the ball on, but the ball to Kenton Richardson really allowed Lofthouse to bomb forward. Just unfortunately couldn't get on the end of it.
Very much.
This ball bounces through. It is a throw into Southend. And for some reason, Scott Morris isn't very happy there with the forfeit. It was a throw at the Southend, but I don't know what he's complaining about. But an opportunity to get the ball in the box.
He's done that for the first 10 minutes now. He's had a couple of goals at the officials, and I'm not really sure why.
I can understand if there was tussling tackles and arms flailing, but the ball just trickled out. Throw comes in. Job heads it clear, but it's picked up by Husson on the edge of the box. Gets it back to Scott Morris. Scott Morris takes it down to the dead ball line, tries to cross it in. Wern's there to block it. Throw in next to the corner flag.
It's a great throw in it, like low trajectory on it, and plenty of pace. As good as a corner.
Amazing. Getting a little bit of practice at the moment. This must be about his third or fourth throw. And it's a long one. It's a dangerous one. Nodded out. And, I think Brooklyn Cabalongo will be disappointed there. He got up unchallenged, but couldn't direct it goalwards. 0-0 into the 12th minute. And it's a game full of action. As Booty comes short, lays it out to Story. Right-hand side of the box. He plays it to Whelan. Touch
was never on.
Was not the greatest pass. And now Mooney gets it out to the far side. Can they get a delivery in? There's men in the box for Southend. In comes across. So Job has to win the header. Cardwell come over the top. And, Cardwell appealing for the corner. Hard to see from our vantage point who got the final touch. But my heart was in my mouth seeing Cardwell coming in there. Looked like there was only going to be one destination for the ball.
I think Job's possibly just done enough to put them off. But yeah, Southend looking dangerous when they do go forwards. I'm not sure Gateshead have quite figured out the how to deal with them at the moment.
Oh, lovely little flick from. Oh, and
he's going to give it.
He's give it. Oh well, Denanga. I think the best way to describe it. Denanga was trying to guard the ball.
It's used his shoulder.
Yeah, and Southend player went down. Free kick given, which has already been taken. It's across the left-hand side of the pitch. Wayward pass to Gateshead in midfield, and now with Gateshead can try and break. Booty puts it through to Whelan on the right-hand side. He's got runners, but he slows it down.
He's done the right thing there because there was just too much going on.
Yeah, Gateshead just reset, but Cardwell there, his work and enthusiasm up top has been absolutely fantastic.
Brilliant.
Must-win ball by Story, and he does. Sees Wern on the run. Wern drives forward. He's up against Cabalongo. Cuts inside. Can he get a shot away? He can. What a goal! Oh, Stephen Wern! Just made himself space on the edge of the box. And is there anything this man can't do at the minute?
Well, I'm going to just move away from Stephen Wern for a moment and praise Louis Story, because read the game brilliantly, got in front of the Southend forward, put the ball as a perfect weight. You know,
it was a must-win tackle followed by a beautiful ball.
Yeah, full credit to Louis Story. But once Wern gets in those areas, you know what he wants to do, and he's done exactly that. It's a great finish, cutting inside two players, and then curling at the top corner. Brilliant.
Wow. 14 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Southend United 0. If you are just joining us, Stephen Wern following up the great work of Louis Story here in the centre circle. It was a last-ditch tackle. Southend were on the break, and it was a beautiful tackle, but the pass was better, and the finish was sublime. As the referee wants the kick-off taken away here, I think Scott Morris has been told to get back in. What was the point in that, referee? Well, the ball's played forward now. Job is going to win the header. Oh, lovely stuff from Gateshead, passing it around as Wern plays it inside to Booty. Booty looks up. Nice vision to pick out Whelan. Whelan has the overlap on if he wants it, but he goes out to Lofthouse, right-hand side. Needs to pick out Booty in the centre. He's in acres, but goes to Wern.
It's all right.
Oh, ball through to Booty. Can he win the header? He nods it on towards Marcus. Brings it down. Oh, it skims off his boot. But Gateshead still have it. Lofthouse. I don't know what it was for. He hasn't signalled. It wasn't an offside. I can only surmise handball. If it's hit,
I think he might have given a foul against Denanga, but that's incredibly harsh if he did.
Yeah. Well, the linesman didn't say anything, but the referee was closer. And the subdued East stand is just in front of us at the moment. Southend fans waiting to see the reaction of their team.
Gateshead playing some lovely stuff at the moment, by the way.
I'll say, sometimes as a commentator, you try and second guess, and I said there before that Booty was the ball, but, you know, they're playing 3D chess at times that they've got to move ahead of us. They know what they're well drilled in and what Rob Elliott wants them to play. And it's sensible football, for want of a word. It's not trying to just ping the ball forward in hope. As I say that, the ball goes out of play on the far side for a throw-in.
Well done.
Yeah. It always happens, doesn't it, when you see it?
Maybe you should just be quiet.
Yeah, that's what everyone wants at home. Just be quiet. Throw-in far side. Launched down, header won by Southend, but cleared by Gateshead up towards Marcus. Oh, he's got it through to Ollie. With a load of shirts, and he couldn't do much. Free kick given. Must have been a shirt pull there.
Yeah, I think, and again, this is complete guesswork now. I think it's because Marcus has pulled as he went for the return pass, but I couldn't tell you. But yeah, what we should say, the referee is a lot closer than us.
He certainly is. But yeah, it's Greg didn't have any options there, did he? He had 5 shirts around him. He couldn't pass it back, couldn't pass it forward.
Karen Lofthouse is a ball here. Far side, he's got a one-on-one.
Yeah, well, the defender on the far side is very aware of where he is, but has given him a fair bit of room there. I think this one could go towards Job and Story, you know. Oh, goes out to Lofthouse. Can we get the delivery in now? Lots of men in the box. Comes back to Whelan. Whelan finds Kenton Richardson. Appeals for shoot from the Tyne Weir stand. We've seen him do it this far, but at the moment, Gateshead still in possession, but moving back. But now they get the ball moving forward through Stephen Wern. He's got Job on the left-hand side, who Booty doesn't use at the moment, just keeping a hold of the ball. Now Job drops deep to get involved and give it to Story. Gateshead still in possession here and played all the way back, making Southend chase the ball at the moment, but you've got to commend the press from Southend. They've made Gateshead go all the way back, but they've never troubled Gateshead at the moment. There's a ball up towards Wern. Doesn't win the header. Job will win the ball though, and Whelan picks up the loose ball. Booty, Ollie. Well, there's another late one there in the back of Booty. Didn't go down, but it's getting niggly in midfield at the moment.
One on Ollie as well.
Yeah.
Switches on.
Well, now the ball comes out to Wern. Wern brings it down. Ollie's in the centre who he uses. Controls the ball. That's it. Francis in the centre circle. Now Booty has space on the left-hand side. He's got runners on the inside. Just holds it up. Wern drops to short. Turns towards goal. Tries to ping it through to Ollie and Denanga, but takes a deflection back to the goalkeeper.
Yeah, really good from Gateshead again. Just nice and patient. They didn't really force the play. They didn't feel they had to. They just took the time and just really impressive.
Yes, and well, just if anyone has been, I'll say, on the National League TV stream, there won't be any audio service on there. There is a part missing, a tiniest part in the broadcast system that is kept by the club and handed to me on a match day. Isn't here today for some reason, so we can't get the audio across to the National League TV streaming service, sadly.
Oh, that wasn't done well.
Well, got to throw on the far side. Just texting someone there, let them know what's going on from the club. As Story plays across to Job, youngster on loan from Cambridge United. Of course, a loan that was probably preempted. Oh,
a little bit more than that. You know, what a ball that would have been.
Nearly a lovely flick through to, well, it wasn't a flick, it would have been a great pass through to Denanga, but the Southend defence deal with it and now clear it up towards Scott Morris, who wins the header, but it falls to a Gateshead shirt, and Francis, calm as you like, gets it across to Richardson, and now Whelan gets it in midfield, pings it out to Lofthouse. And at the moment, Gateshead have really settled into their game.
They have, and at times they're not being pressed and they're being allowed to play. But the thing is that they're sort of pulling. It's a great ball for Gateshead.
A lovely ball over towards Lofthouse, and he's brought it down. Can he bring it? Gets it into play. He drives forward with the ball himself, cuts inside. He's got still going, gets it to Booty. Can Booty shoot? Oh, deflected into the legs, and he's won the ball back. He's pressuring, and he's got the. It's going to stay in. It has no foul given. Peels as Booty now. Oh, his cross just deflected away, and now Scott Morris can clear this down the line, and out it goes. And that is a throw to Gateshead, level with the corner of the penalty area to our left.
It's going to be a real physical test for Southend. Obviously, only having 13 in the squad today with 2 subs, and you know when they're looking to freshen up, there's not going to be a lot of options.
Well,
for the
that
manager.
was I was kind of speaking to the gentleman to our left from the BBC that they want to hope that they don't pick up an injury early on, because yes, they've done magnificent things, but sometimes a small squad can only do so much physically. And but at the moment, they're still showing they're dangerous as Canu tries to get the ball, but Gateshead mop up at the back, and Francis calmly passes it to Job, back to Story. But yeah, it's always the physical limitations. So, we know there's a fantastic unity at Southend United, and you just wonder, a long trip on a Saturday where they're chasing the ball heavily at the moment, will that come to tire their legs come 60-70 minutes?
Yeah, I mean, that'll be the real concern, won't it? That's that ball again,
Lofthouse doesn't win the header, but it falls to Whelan, who is being pulled there. Shirt pull. Referee says no.
The referee's looking straight at it.
Well, linesman was right in front of it as well, but the ball goes out of play for a Gateshead throw on the far side, just inside their own half, 10 yards inside their own half even.
Just keeping an eye on Marcus Denanga. He's making some brilliant runs, and I think Gateshead maybe could try a couple early balls in behind because he's getting a lot of space.
Job now can just calmly pass it back. And at the moment, it hazard a guess that Gateshead are in the high 60s of possession here at the moment, but they've got to make it count. And a big thank you to everyone that's joined us here on the Heed Army podcast commentary. We know, apologies that it isn't on the National League TV streaming service. Lovely footwork from Mayor of the oncoming Southend United player. Oh, lovely. This brings in Job, and Job can cross the halfway line, left-hand side of the pitch, drives with the ball. He's got Wern to his left, who he uses. Lovely touch, brings himself inside. Ollie's there, goes for a curling shot. Got a little bit excited there, Stephen Wern. It would have been very audacious, but great work from Job there to bring the ball forward.
Yeah, that was better. Looked more comfortable coming forward with the ball there. Clearly a very talented young lad, isn't he? You can tell. But Wern won't look on that with any great pride.
No. We'll forgive him for the first. He's already got one, but you don't want your players
to be fair, once we pick the ball at the time, we'll all be friends again.
24 minutes gone if you're just joining us here at Gateshead International Stadium. It is Gateshead 1, Southend United 0. And
foul, Louis.
Canu, strong physical player, did very well to keep the ball moving, and now it's going to be the captain, Nathan Ralph, who gets it out there to the far side. And at the moment, Gateshead have to stay in full concentration because they know how to cross a ball into the box, and they've got target men. As the ball on the far side kept in. Gateshead win the ball back. Can they get the ball?
I'll tell you what, that's not a great tackle.
That was... Referee's played on at the moment, but Booty in the centre circle. He's got Wern on the left. Dinanga to his right. He's driving forward. Gets it out to Wern. Wern has Ollie in the box for company as well now. As Booty holds it. He did very well. He could have went down. I don't know if it would have been given, but there was a late leg in a tackle on Booty, but the balls went out for a Southend throw.
I'll tell you what. I think that was a credible penalty shout, but he hasn't given it.
I think with the amount of men in front of him and the direction he was running in the box, it would be very, very harsh.
No, it would have been, but I can see why there were appeals.
Long throw. That's a hell of a throw. That was like a bullet from Scott Morris there. He needs to take up shot put in the summer, I think. Just on the crowd size here at the moment. As we mentioned, a magnificent away following, but a good home following here as well.
Well, I mean, we always say this, and kind of an unavoidable topic, but
as Mooney on the edge of the area goes for a curling shot, deflected, and Job can poke that out for a throw. He did very well not let that go for a corner.
We know, obviously, Newcastle United at home today in a big game against Chelsea, and that always tends to, sometimes makes an impact, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's the environment that we live in.
Kabongolo coming forward here.
Such a target, and that's where it's going towards. But Gateshead managed to head it clear, but they don't pick up the second ball. And the ball on the far side is going to be kept moving forward as Harry Taylor plays it to Cardwell, who's on the left-hand side out towards the corner flag. He's under pressure from Francis. As the ball went out, there was appeals. Didn't though, as now it is Bridge trying some trickery. Cardwell holding it up in the corner of the box on the far side. And a lot of possession, but they aren't getting it far forward at the moment as this ball across to Scott Morris gets the ball to the right-hand side. Mooney takes a touch. He's got Wern for company. Scott Morris can take a touch, looks up, plays a dangerous ball in there. Nobody attacking it. Communication from Gateshead. Story, no nonsense. Want to sort it out himself. And, well, it was defending, but not as we know it.
It was incredible. It was so calm.
It was heart and mouth stuff.
But it also wasn't.
Yeah, I know. It's so to see the calmness of the past. There wasn't any panic in it.
No.
And
just looked in control, didn't it?
Yeah. Well, so we're halfway through. We're past the halfway mark in the first half, and 1-0 to Gateshead. And Gateshead very comfortable at the moment. But as I said before, in one of the Southend breaks, they know how to cross a ball into the box, and they've got the target meant to be there as well.
They will undoubtedly get chances, and it's down to Gateshead to minimalise those chances and try and just keep doing what they're doing at the moment, because it's been good.
Story plays the ball forward. Ollie just drifts into space to collect it. Can he keep the ball in? He did. And it goes to... Well, we're not going to get into that controversy. The ball was in. The ball goes across to the far side as Kenton Richardson gives it to Lofthouse. Lofthouse looks up to see where the movement is. Gives it back to Richardson. Story.
Carl Magnet just having words with Archie Mayer. I think he's just wanting something.
And Job with a... I wouldn't say under hit, but a lackluster hit there back to Francis. He had to get a little spurt on to get to it, but Francis brings the ball forward now. Bang centre of the pitch. Plays it out to Whelan. Whelan looks up. He's got the runners. Now Lofthouse. Can he get the cross in? He went along the ground, but it's going to come back to him. He's got another chance. Lots of white shirts in the box for Gateshead to try and pick somebody out. As Lofthouse gives it to the captain, Ollie, back to Lofthouse. And Gateshead just staying in possession, but in the final third. Francis.
It's so lovely when you see Gateshead breaking forward, because there's so many players keen to get forward and support the attack. You look at it there, as they broke forward, there was literally 6 players trying to get forward and support.
I was asked by Chris Phillips, who does the Southend reporting and build up in I think it's the Basildon Echo down there. He asked us a question for an article. Who was the danger man? I goes, well, it's hard to pick out because when Gateshead move forward, they're all dangerous. Of course, you got Marcus Denanga, but you're going to have a number of players in and around the box. It's not just the strikers.
I mean, at the minute you're saying, obviously he's got the goal today, but you're saying Stephen Wern, aren't you?
Yeah. The left wing back.
Yeah.
There's Job. We've mentioned it so many times. It's such a fluid formation where, you say, the 3 centre backs move right across the whole of the back of the pitch there, and you have Job that kind of goes into a left back position, and as Kent Richardson does the right back position. It's so they protect the players that move in front of them.
They do, and they're just working Southend around here and then opened up.
As Whelan now has space to pick out a pass as Lofthouse on the right hand side. Now can he open up against Southend's captain? He tries, takes a dead ball in, crosses, wins a corner for it doesn't. Now he does. It bounces out. And it's a corner to Gateshead, and
it's just very, very good as Lofthouse. Like, I feel for Jordan Hunter because I don't think he's done a lot wrong, But
it's very unfortunate for Jordan. I've been a big fan of him since he's come in, and obviously he scored goals as well from the same position. But at the moment, you'd be hard pressed to find a reason why you would drop Lofthouse at the moment.
You'd be hard pressed to find a better right wing back in the division, I think.
Ollie on the far side. The captain going to take a corner here. It's a short one to Wern. Wern turns. A little back. Just didn't come off. It was a little back heel to Ollie, and Kenton Richardson's there. Back. Gateshead's just pulling out all the tricks here. They've been watching Brazil, Argentina, I think. Let's hope they don't see the fighting bit. But
Brazil and Argentina have been watching Gateshead.
Yeah, they have. Been watching their own highlights. But at the moment, they're enjoying themselves out there.
There's a risk as well.
It really was.
Kind of a little back heel, but
I'm laughing, but it was a nervous laugh. There's Richardson now. Ollie, who's in the right wing back position himself, plays the ball forward. A lovely ball. Lofthouse is onside. He's got targets in the centre. Great defending.
I think he might be an offside there, I've got to be honest, Lofthouse.
Could well have been, but the flag stayed down. But good defending from Brooklyn Cabalongo. He just he read it well, didn't he? He knew if he missed that, Denanga was in.
Defensive position's been excellent. Common goal, by the way.
He's quite an athletic player, because sometimes you see a large player and you think they're not going to be that quick or they haven't got the agility, and he seems to have it all.
He does. He really does.
Another corner from Gateshead. This one goes into the 6-yard box. It's going to come out. Wern puts it at the side net.
Got to cross it.
And, Gateshead threatening the goal mouth once again, but it is a goal kick to Southend United. And once again, if you want to just join us, Gateshead 1, Southend United 0, and we're 32 minutes into the first half. And as I mentioned on the podcast on Thursday evening, I still find it strange that Gateshead are playing Southend United. As we said in the build-up, a big club in English football, and sadly for them, they find themselves in the National League, but brighter times ahead, hopefully.
Yeah, you hope so.
Cardwell nods the ball inside. Kent Richardson clears the ball. Oh, that had got through.
Oh,
Oh, as well. 50-50 ball to be won there, and
both
got up as credit to Cabalongo again. It was a beautiful tackle. It could have been a nasty one as the cross comes in, deflected out for a corner. And you were just waiting for the crunch there, weren't you?
Greg's limping a little bit.
Yeah.
I think he's a bit winded by that one.
I think he has caught it on the inside of the ankle there. It did. Well, he's down at the moment. We have a break in play, and the physio is going to come on. Just having a look around. Thank you for your messages. Thank you to Gateshead Stats for sharing the information on the audio issues we're having with the National League TV. So massive thank you for that. We'll see, we've got Connor Races, but Steve bloody Wern. Well, at the moment, he is on fire at the moment, and as all a lot of the Gateshead side, but it doesn't look good here for Greg Ollie at the moment. There is someone coming back that's been warming up. I would surmise we might see Hannant come on if he does have to leave, but he's up on his feet.
Well, there's an easy change, isn't there? Because you move Booty into you move Warren to where Greg was playing
and put Hannant.
It's going to be a change.
Yeah. Well, we are going to see the captain, Greg Ollie. I say we were just commending that the tackle could have been a lot worse. It was obviously bad enough that has gave Greg a knock there. I say wasn't anything malicious. It was a 50-50 ball. They both went in, and
it's a blow, that though.
Sorry,
it's a blow.
It is a blow, but the Southend man come away with it, and the captain, Greg Ollie, gets a warm round of applause and appreciation from the Tyne Wear stand as we wait to see who is coming on to replace him here in the first half. But 35 minutes gone. Gateshead a 1-0 to the good, but the captain is leaving the pitch through injury, and it doesn't look
great, does it?
It doesn't look too happy, does he, at the moment? And understandably, because he was in and amongst it when Gateshead were moving forward. But Greg, the character that he is, he'll come back stronger. We always know that, as he applauds the Tyne Wear stand. As Gateshead quickly trying to get this substitution made before the corner is going to happen. And it is going to be Luke Hannant coming on. And I think we probably will see that change that you said there. But we'll confirm that as Hannant's first duty with his gloves on to go and defend this corner.
Luke Hannant. Captain's armband is going to Ed Francis.
And Ed Francis deputising as captain as the ball comes in. It's a good one. Cabalongo should have put it in. They say you shouldn't let the ball bounce in the box, and that's a second time a delivery from Southend. And it's the same man as well, I think, that should have done better in front of goal. But there was a lot of zip on it. But Gateshead get away with that one, I think.
Oh, massively get away with it. Yeah, I mean, it's a wonderful ball in, by the way. And you'd be disappointed he hasn't at least hit the target.
Mayer goes long with this one up to Dinanga, beaten in the air, and the offside flag goes up. Well, didn't look it from the initial... referee wants it moved back 2 yards. A real shame to lose the captain, Greg. Hopefully,
you just hope it doesn't take a bit of momentum away.
You would hope, but at the moment, Stephen Wern is driving forward. He's went to that position. He can't believe that the ball has went out for a Southend throw. He was convinced it was for Gateshead. Hard to tell from our vantage point, but at the moment, Southend looking to get themselves back into it. Throw taken. Now they go long out towards Mooney. Hannant wins the header, nods it down as Booty comes back to pass it back to Job, and in turn to Archie Mayer, who...
It's offside. He's going to have to leave it.
Well, headed clear by Southend.
Good header.
And they're just...
Getting a bit of confidence here. You can see it growing.
Well, we're kind of playing into their wheelhouse at the moment by giving them long balls up to them to win in the defensive areas. But the ball into the centre now. Can the cross come in from the far side? Legs on it. And did the cross come in? It did come in. No, it's a corner. It was. So, hard to see there. It was behind a wall of bodies, but it is a corner on the far side.
Yeah, you can just sense a bit of a growing belief here from Southend, and they've sort of clung in a bit. And
Well, Scott Morris just tumbled on the penalty spot there. A lot of pushing. Job talking to the referee, and it's the same two again. Scott Morris is going to get a talking to. He's like a rash. He's here, there, and everywhere to irritate to the Gateshead defenders at the moment.
Get the impression he's one of those players you love if he plays for your team, but not so much if he's against you.
Antagonist.
Nuisance.
Would be great at Scrabble. I can say the words, I just can't spell them. as the ball comes in now.
Another good ball.
So it is a very good one. Headed clear though by Job. Wow, lovely touch from Whelan to bring it down. And Story just screws it out of play for a throw in right hand side of the dugout. It's going to be quickly taken. 2 balls on the pitch. Now it's going to be thrown. We know he can take a long throw. Are they going to get themselves into shape for this one? Don't think it's going to be the longest. It isn't. Finds a man, turns beautifully there, does Hussein. And he drives forward, and Wern brings him down. And it's a, clumsy tackle.
It's a necessary one.
Yeah, and it's about 25, 30 yards out, right-hand side of the D. And I think it's going to be an in-swinger here. You've got the target men, and we know they've got the delivery. We know they've got the targets, as it were. There's Mooney in no hurry here. You can understand why they'll want to try and slow it down for themselves.
Yeah, this could be one of those dangerous ones where, it's whipped in towards the keeper and just the slightest touch or no touch sometimes can take it in. Actually, yeah, leaving a lot of space.
I know it's a bit. It's a 20-yard gap there, and it comes towards the big men at the back. Gateshead managed to clear it. As Hannant, the ball just skims off his foot, and Lofthouse does clear it up the pitch. And now Kensdale.
He's done well.
Does very well, Kensdale. Just thought he had overstretched himself there with the first touch, but managed to pick out a teammate. And at the moment, Southend are keeping a few bodies forward at the moment. They are growing in confidence. Cavalongo looks to play this one over the top. Canu nods the ball onto Cardwell, but Story intercepts. And now Gateshead just slow it down. Nothing too silly at the moment.
There might have been a little switch in the back, I think they put Richards on the left side of the 3. And Job's gone right side.
Could well be.
Don't know if it's a temporary thing or if it's... I know they did that down at Solihull. I know Rob Elliott mentioned that.
Well, clearance from Mayer. Can Dinanga win it? The referee does give it in.
Yeah, again,
Ken still has nothing to argue about there. It was a robust pull from behind. Gates have the free kick just in front of the visitors' dugout. Played back to Story inside his own half.
It's a movement.
Yeah, the disappearance.
If it gets there.
Well read by the captain, Ralph. On the far side, Hussein trying to hold it off, and he does. As can Gateshead pick up the loose ball in midfield here? They can. Can they get the ball moving forward though? They're very congested at the moment. We've lost that width. I
think they're just slightly readjusting after the Ollie substitution.
Yeah, it just seems to be because Ollie would find that pocket to sit in to link play up, and we just seem to miss that little.
And what we can say is that little change in midfield is temporary, because in defence, sorry.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
What? Well, Hannant wins the header. I don't know if it's been a trailing arm there that's been pulled forward. Scott Morris is down.
Job has gone back to the left side of the 3.
It must have just been a defensive shape where they've went into those positions when players moved to follow up. But 42 minutes gone, Gateshead 1, Southend United 0.
Aidan Rutledge has just scored 4.
Oh, fantastic news. Building on his assist, a fantastic assist as well in midweek. Nice to see.
I should have finished that sentence, really, shouldn't I?
Yeah. So let's see one of the promising players having a loan work in favour of both parties. Lovely touch from Wern to Dinanga. Dinanga does very well.
It's a great bit of play, you know.
As Whelan looks up, Lofthouse on the far side, but he goes now. It gets
There's a
out to
chance to have a
Lofthouse from
run.
Whelan, and Gateshead just building up slowly the edge of the box. Francis gets it through to Tananga, back to Francis. Oh, lovely ball to Wern on the edge of the box. Holds it up,
That's poor.
and the ball across to Hannon wasn't great. Oh, Job intercepts. Lovely
good
footwork. Puts it out.
Oh, great ball. Brilliant.
Vision out to Lofthouse. Lofthouse inside the area. Takes it, goes for a shot. Oh, lifted it up. But Job, he won the ball back and then just looked up and calmly swept it across to Lofthouse.
Yeah, I think he's got to either cross that or he's got Callum Whelan sat edge of the box on his own. I get why he's had the shot, but I just think there were better options. Brilliant from Job, though. Really good. He's got better as the half's gone on.
Certainly has. As
Gateshead's energy again.
Gateshead are starting to close down. The movement is there. Gateshead, a lot of space in midfield for Booty to exploit.
Right.
Now he has it. If he looks, picks out Wern in that slot. Whelan out to Lofthouse. Gateshead just starting to ramp it up again. Francis does go for a shot though.
People need to stop listening to fans.
Yeah, don't listen to the fans in the ground. But no, they've upped the tempo. They've rid that little spot of where Greg Ollie left the pitch, and we're just seeing Wern start to
Coming to the fore, isn't he?
He's starting to get into that role, isn't he? He's understanding that he's got to drop deep to get involved. David Martin. Powerful goal kick as Booty wins the header, flicked on by Whelan. Booty, won the header.
Fouled twice in the space of about 60 seconds.
As Lofthouse now right-hand side, can he start to open up? He's got space, but he needs options. Rolls it back. Francis inside. Francis carries it forward. Back to Kenton Richardson. We're in the last minute of normal time here. There will be a few minutes added on for the substitution.
The challenge for Gateshead second half is to match the intensity that they've shown for large parts of this the game.
I mean, we know without a doubt Southend are going to come out firing in the second half. They have to.
Yeah.
But does that leave it open for Gateshead to, exploit gaps that will inevitably happen when you push forward?
Well, we said that against in another recent game. I can't remember what it was.
Failed.
Well, I wasn't here for that one, thankfully.
That was the polar opposite of what we're meaning to say, is that we were the team chasing and ultimately left gaps.
Yeah.
Story. Archie Mayer goes long up towards Lofthouse. Can he win the header? He doesn't, but it's going to be picked up. Oh, well, Gateshead do pick it up midfield. Booty now plays it through. Whelan, if he looks up, Wern takes off his feet, but good play from Gateshead as Booty now plays it inside to Wern. Oh, was that? Well, surely shot off now. Oh, you couldn't have got that further away from the goal, but it's been kept in. And
that's a great ball.
Now Southend try and break as Lofthouse does very well to get in front of Canu, calmly plays it back to Kent Richardson. And, well, happened a million mile an hour in the box there. We could have had a penalty decision. We could have had two shots. And I
think it would have been a very, very dubious penalty.
Oh, yeah.
But I know what you mean, because he's gone down. There's definitely a challenge there.
Well, Story. Oh, there was a run there. Just Cardwell did well to block the pass before it happened. Whelan pings the ball over the top. And, it's going to come through. Can he get there? Dave Martin has to go to the edge of his area. Oh, well.
Oh,
very, very close. He got the ball with his foot on the line. It must have been his toenails just inside the line there. But no, the run from Whelan was beautiful there.
That's too easy.
Now Southend trying to drive down the far side. Canu now, he's got past his man. Can he pull it back? He can. Job's there with a lovely little flick of the outside of the left boot to get it out the way of the oncoming Cardwell. And Gateshead, can they get on the attack? As Francis looks up, there isn't that many options, but he can carry the ball forward.
Hannant's the ball.
Hannant. He's got Booty in front of him, but he's going to carry the ball forward. Lays it back to Story. Still can't get over how nonchalant he was with the outside of the boot to clear that one for the oncoming Cardwell.
It's been excellent so far,
Booty back to Story. Gateshead just seeing the first half out here at the moment. Although a long probing ball out to the right-hand side. Nearly finds its way to Lofthouse, and it's a throw into Gateshead halfway inside the half.
That ball is on every time. You look at Lofthouse, and he's getting a lot of space far side. So I think it's something Gateshead could maybe second half try and use just a little bit more. But yeah, really promising first half.
How many minutes was added on there? I actually missed it because we were in on the attack. I think there would have been 3 or 4 at most.
I mean, the Greg injury wasn't a long one, was it?
No,
but
it's
minute maximum.
30 seconds for the substitution as well. So, but at the moment, when the half-time whistle does go, if it stays like this, Gateshead will be the happy to say Mark Stenhanger is a good 5 yards offside. How that flag has stayed down, I will never know. But at the moment, Marcus is challenging on the far side, and the Southend fans on the other side in uproars.
It's half-time.
That is the half-time whistle there. But yeah, Gateshead will go in much the happier. They haven't really been. There has been some proven balls in there that they probably could have dealt with better, but there was no one coming on to the end of them, thankfully. But Gateshead got to be happy with the 1-0 at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, deserve the lead. It's the first thing we should say. But Southend are still very much in this, and they've clung in there at times. They've looked dangerous on the attack, and I think there's little warning signs for Gateshead. They're going to have to do exactly what they've done the first half, come out with that intensity, but just try and take more chances.
Well, certainly is. We are going to go quiet for half-time. We're going to play out an interview from the Heat Army podcast. I know I keep saying this. I'm going to renew this. We're going to put a more recent one. But this is what the Heat Army podcast is like. If you'd like to join us, do follow us on social media for when our show is live.
Actually, a very big show. And we have another... 1 second. Where is it? We have another Heat Army podcast polo t-shirt to give away as well. So we'll be doing that on that show. So everyone involved for that. Right. I'd be amiss if I didn't bring our guest in straight away. I haven't seen him since Wembley. Lovely lad, lovely family as well. Hello, Luke. How are you doing?
Not too bad. Costco for Chadwick, anyone?
Yeah.
You can have him, but no, I'm not going to say that.
Yeah.
Before we go any further, lads, I was talking about the podcast yesterday and at the match, and I was talking to a load of Gateshead fans. And Luke, do you realise how many people realise how good you are at the Gateshead? And amongst the Gateshead fans that give you nothing but compliments yesterday.
Honestly, generally, I'm not even joking. It must be a Gateshead thing because. Just your fan base in general. When I went down to Wembley, obviously I met you, Dave, and I think I met one of the directors there. And it's just up north. It's just northern, isn't it? Just very friendly people, to be honest, especially from your parts. It was really good. But also, I think we bumped into Owen Bailey's parents down there.
Yeah, they're lovely.
Family, and they, were very, very nice people.
Look,
so.
you also like us because we're very nice and we never beat you. It's very nice of us. We just turn up and go on. We're not going to beat you. We're not even score goals past you now. So
Yeah. And again, I think it's a better. Maybe you'll disagree, but it's a better point for you on Monday than it is for us.
I don't
know. Us being at home, you probably expect us to win. Oh no, you don't have to do this, do you?
Hang on, Davey, I've got my pillows for the highlights. I'll just
well, just look. And of course, there's the Shea in all its glory, and obviously, I pressed something.
There it is in all its glory.
That was all the highlights that we had. I didn't download it properly, but
I want to be a serious question. That one that we had at your place in, I think it was early March. Yeah. Or the one on Saturday, which was actually worse.
One in March.
Yeah, probably that one still. But it wasn't a pretty watch on Saturday, was it? It's not Saturday, Monday,
yesterday.
Yesterday, yeah. As obviously, I was unable to. I had the family. I wasn't able to listen in, so I was following it by Twitter updates. And then at halftime, I thought, well, it's 0-0. Obviously, you just fear you're going to lose to a 1-0 at the Shea, like normal. But it was just the case. And then when the scene went to man down, we have a little group chat on WhatsApp, and I was like, I'm not hopeful here, lads. I said a draw would be a miracle, but with less expletives. But I think for us to get a draw, I think considering going down to 10 men was a good result for us.
Yeah. I think if you went to 11 men, well, I think it could have gone on until about 9 o'clock at night, and none of it would have scored. It was just so. I don't know what it was. It just felt like we were never going to score. We're lacking something going forward. Of course, I think if Dissecting was playing, we would have gone on to win. And even at half time, I was thinking we'll come out in the second half and we'll probably go and beat you when Gateshead tire, because we know you're usually carrying on from last season better in the first half than the second. But it was just a proper naff game once again. You actually kept the ball very well, but I have to say, going forward, I think we defended well. But Dinanga and Chadwick didn't have a sniff. Don't get me wrong, I'd take them at Halifax any day, but you know what I mean.
I think for us, there was 6 changes as well, because we'll get into it later on when we cover the game on Saturday. The massacre. It wasn't a great game on Saturday, but for us to make that many changes and show a little bit of strength in depth was one of the positives that we can come away with, especially because we've hemorrhaged a few goals this season, even though we've started well. To keep a clean sheet with 10 men, I think was a massive shot in the arm to show that we can keep it tight at the back.
Yeah.
So,
what was your opinion of the referee, Luke?
I'm trying to think now, because I never like to blame the refs, to be honest. I always try and think, well, I think we had a call for a penalty, to be fair, but I know our fans were big. There were a lot of booing coming from our end. I don't know if any of you heard that.
It's one of the questions we've just had there. Luke, what's your thoughts on the boos at full time yesterday?
Pathetic, to be honest. There's something about our fan base is, for us to be supporting Halifax, I think says a lot, which I appreciate to everyone who does support Halifax. Same with you guys with Gates, and I think, anyone could support a Man United or Man City, but there's something just proper toxic about our fan base. We could have been top of the league yesterday, and then we draw 0-0 to you guys, and there'd be boos at full time.
Yeah,
I don't understand it.
The margins are so fine because, as you say, just 2 points, you could have been top of the league, and it's nothing really to boo about, really, is it? Like,
no, it's not. It wasn't the fact that the players weren't trying. Yes, you might say we probably could have been a bit more positive going forward and been a bit more direct, but you were just very well organised. I think we have to give you credit. We're just lacking quality, and you can't boo players for lacking quality. It's not their fault to a certain extent, is it? And it's frustrating, but
have you been scoring?
Yeah,
I think the sending off changed the game, because you weren't getting a kick until we had a man sent off.
Yeah. You weren't. No, we weren't touching the ball. To be fair, it were a tough watch.
I don't think
I asked the linesman to throw another ball on for you so you could have a kick.
Yeah.
And we had the poor scores looking like as a linesman on our side where we were, and what a load of crap that bloke was. Jesus.
Yeah.
And the referee gave some very curious decisions both ways, I thought.
But hey, we had no arguments about the sending off. I mean, he could have actually went off in the first half incident. Never mind the second half. So
yeah,
we thought it was just a booking. It was a book. It was a second booking. I will admit that. But
well, the first booking could have been a sending off, Luke. The one in the first half.
Yeah, I think honestly though, I wouldn't say we were the better team. Even when we went down to 10 men. I don't think either of us looked like we're going to score. But I thought if it was a team that I'd say they would probably edged it for you guys, which is quite surprising because we're usually very good on home turf.
Yeah.
Just
a little sorry, Mickey. Mickey, I saw your face in the back of Freddie Armstrong's YouTube video. You looked a bit unhappy. I'm going to have to have a look for that.
It's probably best. It's probably best I don't say, because Poppy and Tabitha will be listening, but I'll not say what I said, but it was along the lines of you, silly boy.
Yeah.
Were you a bit upset, Mickey?
Well, I'd seen the first incident, and I thought he was lucky not to get sent off there.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I thought to myself, if the referees went and if the linesman or someone's gone in and say, I think he might have got that wrong. As soon as Hannon made the next mistake, he was always going to send them off.
Mm.
I mean, the thing is now it gives the likes of Tom Allen.
Yeah, that's a bit loose. That was not going to burn any roots at any stage.
Well, that's not the best start, and I knocked my teeth out with the microphone there. Welcome back. We're waiting for the teams to come out for the second half here at Gateshead International Stadium. The score is Gateshead 1, Southend United 0. And it was a Stephen Wern goal, beautifully won in midfield by Louis Story, and his ball forward picked out the Gateshead's number 11, and he cut inside and finished with a beautiful curling shot into the top corner. I'll go through some of the scores in the National League. We have the FC Fylde 3, Dorking 3. That was an early kickoff. Aldershot 0, FC Halifax 0. Altrincham are winning 3-0 at home to Solihull Moors. So if it stays as is, Gateshead will be in fourth place this evening. It is Bournemouth 1, Woking 2. It's 0-0 between Chesterfield and Eastleigh. Dagenham Redbridge 0, Rochdale 1, Gateshead 1, Southend United 0, of course. Hartlepool United 2, not Hartlepool United 0, Bromley 2, Maidenhead 0, York City 0. It is Oldham Athletic 0, Ebbsfleet United 1, Oxford City 2, Kidderminster 0, and Wealdstone 1, Barnet 2. And that is how we are at the moment. And I will just have a look at the live league table. And if it does stay as is, Gateshead will climb into fourth position here at 5 o'clock this evening for the table on Saturday night. But we mentioned in the first half that Southend United aren't here just to make up the aren't just here to make up the numbers. They're here to compete, and Gateshead will have to be on their full concentration here in the second half. But we await the teams to come out. And if you are just joining us, say Greg Ollie did have to leave the pitch after a tackle in the first half. He was hobbling, so hopefully that injury isn't too bad. If you'd like to send us a message as well here on the Heed Army podcast, we'll read it out here at half time if we can, or if there's a break in play. So please do get involved. And once again, if you were hoping to hear us on the National League TV streaming service, unfortunately, there's a missing part, and we cannot have the audio going out on there. So apologies about that. Nothing to do with us. We were just handed the box that we're normally handed, and the part was not in there. So alas, no commentary on the National League TV streaming service. Before we go any further as well, a big thank you to our sponsors, Northern Print Solutions, and of course our partners at Patrick Team Sports, who are saying welcome aboard this season here with us. And they have the Gateshead players looking absolutely very dashing out there on the pitch at the moment. So as I say, we will let you know if there is any changes in the second half. But at the moment, we are waiting the teams to come out. And as I say that, there's a round of applause. I thought this must have been something on the tannoy. I thought there was someone coming out onto the track here. But at the moment, it is starting to get a little bit dark here. The floodlights came on halfway through the first half. And it's football under the lights for the second half here on a very cold November's afternoon. And starting to go into the evening. The winter is definitely here because I've got the gloves on. And the long johns as well.
No responsible announcements now. Gateshead FC's next fixture is away next Saturday, the 2nd of December.
It led me on to my next thing there. Our friend in the tannoy. Of course, Gateshead are away next weekend, away to Woking. And if you're going to go down, you can get your tickets now available to buy online before you get there. Go on the club website and you will be able to purchase your ticket in advance. And hopefully it'll be another fantastic game of football. The support this year from the following Heed Army has been absolutely amazing. And you'll see on social media, the players always come over and say thank you for your support. Win, lose or draw, and really do value your support on an away game. So if you fancy a trip down to Woking on the 2nd of December, get yourself down there. And of course, so Gateshead FC ladies have their last game of 2023. They go into their Christmas break. And their last game is against Fornaby. It's at home, which is just behind Gateshead Stadium on the 4G pitches. So if you'd like to come along and support the ladies as they go into their last game before the season break, and as they get down there and support the lasses, they're doing great stuff this year under the management of Carl Morrison. So if you'd like to see how GFC ladies are doing, get yourself down. It would be much appreciated. And who knows, one day we might even get them on the Gateshead Stadium pitch in front of a good crowd. So we'll see. And I'm just looking around the pitch at the moment. I can see on the far side, a friend of the podcast, Charles Waff. He's got his big lens out here for the second half. And he's wrapped up very well because it is extremely cold. I don't know how Mark is typing at the moment. He hasn't got gloves on. He's more of a man than me. I'm wrapped up here. As I say that, he just clenches his fingers. Keep the blood circulating. But yes, very much so. We're just going to play a little advert on follow us on our social media. Please do. And say your support is always appreciated and help us share the podcast. Well, I appreciate it. If you could like and subscribe as well, that would be fantastic. Help us reach more people on a match day and with the podcast. And also, we'd like to say get well soon to Jack McGragan. He's under the weather. Gateshead's media manager here. He does some excellent work. And unfortunately, today he's in his sick bed, and we hope he's on the mend and back with us here on a match day very, very soon. And that's it. We are still awaiting the players to come out for the second half. And if everything stays as is here at Gateshead Stadium, Gateshead will move into the fourth place. But that isn't a given. Certainly not. You've got to respect the opposition, and Southend United with several crosses in the first half that were allowed to bounce in the box. And really should have capitalised on one, if not two of them. But we'll see how they adapt and come out in the second half. Bit of Al Green here for you, Mark.
Love a bit of Al Green. Like, who doesn't?
Well, I'd prefer to be listening to Al Green in the house with a little drop of whiskey in front of a warm fire.
How dare you? You'd rather be there than at the National Stadium watching Gateshead.
When my fingers are biting, yes, I would be. But all my other amenities are all right at the moment, if anyone was concerned. They obviously are not, because they haven't messaged in to ask. But Mark, I was just saying there while you're hard at work there. Second half, Southend have to be respected. We've seen those couple of crosses into the box where the ball was allowed to bounce. Kevin Longo, who's just coming out onto the pitch now, should have capitalised on them.
He should have done, yeah, he really should have done. I just think this is one of those games where Gateshead's worst enemy could be Gateshead. They've had large spells of dominated large spells of that first half. Probably should be further ahead. And the fact they're not just makes this a really difficult second half. It's got to be the right attitude. It's got to be the right levels of commitment, the same intensity that we spoke about in the first half. Otherwise, I think the Southend side, despite the fact it is such a small squad, they've got enough in there to threaten.
Well, Gateshead all back out. Southend already out on the pitch. Gateshead just going through a little warm-up there. And, we have the officials out as well. And we're moments away from the second half. Gateshead will be shooting towards the Felon end, and Southend in there, all yellow, a little bit of navy blue trim in there. They'll be shooting towards the River Tyne, and the four officials just checking the goal nets at the moment. And you may think to yourself, why do they do that? Because it was, they checked at the beginning of the game. Well, I once seen a goal scored here by Keith Fletcher. Lovely turn on the edge of the box, straight underneath the keeper and straight underneath the back of the net and out. And it was disallowed. So you don't want a repeat of that. So if you ever look at the officials thinking, why are they going through that again? That's why. Well, Stephen Wern stands over the ball. And we're moments away here from getting underway. Referee checks with the goalkeepers. He's happy, and we're underway as Francis pings the ball out to the right-hand side, looking for the run of Lofthouse. Way too much on it, and out it goes for a throw-in. Where the captain, Ralph, will launch this up the left-hand side of the pitch.
Quite an obvious push.
Yeah, push from Cardwell there. As Gateshead tried to take it quickly. Probably worked out in the favour that it wasn't. And Gateshead now can try and build through Richardson. Back to Story.
Yeah, I think sometimes Gateshead just need to maybe move the ball a little bit quicker.
Well, Archie Mayer tries to pick out the runners through the centre there, but the Southend defence, to its credit, holds very still there, and they don't panic when the ball comes over.
They don't.
As Gateshead trying to win the ball back. You can just see there's a little bit more urgency in Southend's play. They're moving the ball quick. As the ball comes across now to Ralph, who looks up. Goes long, looking for the run of Canu. Richardson just nods it down. Francis calmly plays it back. He had two men coming in behind him, but Mayer pings it long. Picked up the second ball from Wern.
Yeah,
Wern, lovely touch into... wheeling into Wern now. Out to Lofthouse, right-hand side. Gateshead have to get men in the boxes. Lofthouse looks up, gives it to Wern. He's in space. He can carry the ball forward. Nice little bit of trickery. Gets it to Wern, edge of the box. Lofthouse, right-hand side of the box. Back to Lofthouse from Whelan. Gateshead keeping the ball moving. But Southend keeping good shape, holding firm. It's on the right-hand side of the pitch. Story cuts it into Wern. Well, did that take a nick from a Southend player? It didn't, and it is a throw-in to Southend.
It's a wasted opportunity, you know.
It's a lovely bit of pass and play down the right-hand channel there. Would have sent Whelan clear through there if it had got onto it.
Just didn't fancy it on his left foot, did he?
As
It's
Richardson,
another push. Such an obvious push.
Richardson let it run through very well. Canu chasing to try and break it down. Sensible play from Booty all the way back to Archie Mayer. And just look at the movement from Job and Story there to give him options if needed, either side, to stop the pressure through the middle. But the ball forward for Denanga. He's going to chase it down. And pass back to the keeper. Got there in time. Ball back to Kabalongu. Martin. Great punt up the pitch as Cardwell did win the header but didn't pick out a yellow shirt. And Gateshead trying to play themselves into trouble here, but Job gets the ball back. Nice turn, keeps it in. Gateshead. So the tempo from Southend is very noticeable, isn't it, in midfield? They're trying not to allow the time and space that Gateshead had in the first half.
Yeah, it's definitely been something said at half time, hasn't it? You can tell there's been an upping of the tempo, it's upping of the pressure on Gateshead players, there's more intensity. It's been a better start from Southend.
Hussein plays it back to Martin. And if my football manager memory serves me right, Martin and his brother were both goalkeepers in the West Ham Academy. I can't remember the name of his brother. It's obviously Martin was the surname, but I'm sure there was definitely two, like the Besant brothers as well. There was two. There was Sam Besant and another Besant. Useless trivia nobody wanted to know, but it just come back to me. There's the ball with Job on the far side. Story. Job.
Referee.
Just noticeable they have been putting a lot of pressure on Job when he's on the ball. They must think that's a weak spot of Gateshead.
I don't think that's a great challenge, you know.
No, it was late, very late. Well,
I think he's got away with one there.
It was a little bit late, a little bit naughty. Job having a word with the referee. Referees went over to make sure he's getting up. It's not the type of day you want to be lying on the ground, but Denanga has he stole the march on the player there and just skims off his chest there as he tried to bring it down.
It's a great ball from Wern. From there.
It happens to us. It happens, Mark. As now Hussein drives forward with the ball, tries to pick out. He does. Lovely touch. Nice turn. Keeps the ball moving for Southend. And now it's in the centre. Taylor, nice bit of footwork. He's keeps himself moving, but runs into Shirts, and the wayward pass across there was picked up by Hannant, and Gateshead can try and keep the. Oh, lovely footwork from Booty to keep the ball and drive forward. The ball through to Denanga. Oh,
just a little less on it. Just a little less on it.
You know, today we're seeing two lovely displays of forward men playing up top by them front in different ways. Cardwell's a bit more physical with it at the moment, whereas we're seeing Denanga drop deep and try and link it up and then latch onto the ball through. So many different ways the position can be played, and we're seeing it today. As now the ball played through. Oh, well done from Lofthouse to read it, and Gateshead just being pushed back somewhat at the moment. Hussein, left-hand side.
It's good.
Played across to Abalongo. Carries the ball over the halfway line. He's got too much space to run into. Plays it forward. Cardwell tries to hold it up, but Gateshead managed to get it away. And Gateshead just panicking a little bit. They're sitting very deep in there. As we said, Louis Story runs forward with his arms, urging his team to get up.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously very early setting off to be looking towards the bench, but you wouldn't be shocked if there were some consideration of, you know, Billy Chadwick or someone like that to come on and maybe give some more incisiveness in the top end.
Well, we're into the 52nd minute still. Gateshead 1, Southend United 0 here. First half goal from Stephen Wern. But if you think the finish is beautiful, so is the build-up to it when you see it on the highlights. There's the ball out here to Ralph. Looks up, pings the ball forward, looking for Cardwell. Cardwell. Oh, and the ball, Story's slipped, and Canu should have done better. The ball come up, Story just skimmed off his forehead, dropped behind him. Canu latched onto it. And I think he panicked there, you know. He had way too much time, and Archimere just had to drop to his left-hand side and gather that up.
It's a weak effort in the end, isn't it? He's got to do better. Big let off. I think Louis Story, you're right. I don't think he's misjudged it. I think he has actually slipped.
Yeah.
What a ball that is, by the way.
Wern holds it up, gives it back to Francis. Francis saw the vision out to Lofthouse on the right-hand side. Drives forward. He's up against Rafe one-on-one. Driving forward, takes up dead ball line, pulls it back across, wins a corner. Lovely drive and run from Lofthouse.
So powerful, isn't he? When he runs and drives at people. He really puts them under pressure. And yeah, just if that ball goes a little bit early, I think Denanga's got a real chance.
Well, Scott Morris played it perfectly. If he had touched him, he would have went down in the box. Managed to clear it out for a corner off him. But Francis on corner duty now, down to our right-hand side, just near the scoreboard. Not much wind here, even though it is very, very cold. Back to Francis. Now Booty, corner of the box. Tries to curl one in towards there. And yeah, I think from our angle, it looked closer than what it was, but a nice idea.
I think he's probably gone somewhere halfway between a shot and a cross there.
Yeah. Well, there he goes. Wern closes down Rafe. This is good.
Could be in trouble.
Hunting in packs here, Gateshead. As Rafe just pings the ball. Anywhere will do. Richardson nods it down. And Booty. Oh, Job pings the ball forward.
Yeah, as I said earlier at half time, it's Gateshead that can be the own worst enemy. It's little switches off like that. We've just seen, Regan Booty not really looking for playing that pass. Could have been cut out, but fortunately wasn't from it.
But it's the players like Dan Mooney that you've seen that little burst of speed there to close it down can be the difference maker.
I mean, Mooney's an excellent player at this level.
There's ball through his Story. Gets in front of Canu, plays it to Richardson. Very calm, Richardson back to Story, and now it'll go along. Great stuff from the defensive pair, and the header goes out for a Gateshead throw in front of the dugout.
I mean, Mooney was at Altrincham, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
And just exceptional when he was there. Such a good player.
I was talking to obviously Chris Phillips before the game, and he said that in pre-season he looked fantastic, and even though they're playing well, he just hasn't hit the heights they've seen at the moment. But I'm sure that'll come as the season goes along.
Unquestionably will. Results elsewhere going Gateshead's way as well.
Yeah, as it stands, Gateshead will move up to 4th place, but that's not a guarantee. As Francis brings the ball forward. Oh, lovely ball through. Denanga, can he get there in front of Martin? Great goalkeeping. Read it well. Now Southend can break through Bridge, but he holds it up, and Job got back. Sorry, Lofthouse, and it's Gateshead a little bit scrappy, but Gateshead just need to be careful as Lofthouse need to be a bit more conviction in that one as the ball forward, and Taylor left-hand side of the box puts it in. Now Gateshead fortunate, it comes away with the ball as Job now can just trot forward with it. I just sense, I may be wrong here, but when Southend break, they're really putting a lot of energy into it, and when they're trotting back there, they're not doing it very quickly. It was noticeable there, wasn't it?
There was, yeah.
Tired legs.
Gateshead are a little bit quicker on the counter attack. They can really expose them, I think.
It was like a collective trot back there, wasn't it?
I think Gateshead letting them off a little bit here, just dropping the tempo. I think if they can really lift the tempo to where it was second half.
Well, Wern in the centre, what can he pick out? Puts it out to Job. We're starting to see Hannant and Lofthouse start to hug the touchline again. They're making the pitch a lot bigger. And I think that could be the tactic that keeps Southend chasing the ball at the moment. As say that comes out to Lofthouse just inside his own half. Back to Richardson. Story. Archie Mayer takes a touch. Pings it up there towards Marcus Madison. Marcus Dinanga, not Marcus Madison. As Cano picks up the ball, loose area. It's dangerous for Southend. Pings it out to the right-hand side. What can they do as Scott Morris tries to ping it through to Cardwell? Gateshead stand firm, but they need to clear this ball. Hannant on the far side. Gets it to Story. Nice passing. Story to Francis. Now Hannant down the line. Booty inside. This is good from Gateshead. They look up. Lofthouse is in acres of space. Here comes the ball. The ball wasn't good enough, and it was picked up, but the ball forward from Southend was equally poor. And now Gateshead can build again through Archie Mayer at the back. 57 minutes gone, and just like the first half, it feels like we've had a lot of time already in this second half.
That's good. Get some updates from other leagues from the side of it.
Oh, fantastic. Well, we are waiting for Job to play the ball up to... Oh, lovely touch from Hannant. Leaves his man on the ground, plays the ball forward. Wern, Gateshead, it's 4-on-3. Can they capitalise on it as Wern brings the ball forward, lays it off. Booty from the edge of the area, lays it inside.
Shot.
Oh, the time you want someone to shoot from the edge of the box, and it didn't happen. The ball forward. Job, calm as you like, but the ball doesn't land to a Gateshead player, and Gateshead need to get back in shape here. But thankfully for Gateshead, Southend didn't commit forward in numbers there.
No, I think, again, you mentioned it, Dave, they look tired there with trying to get back and retreat. And yeah, Gateshead really didn't take advantage of that one. It's just, I don't think the pass was needed.
Well, Kensdale plays it to Ralph, brings the ball forward. That's a powerful run, but he runs straight into Loft. That was never out in a million years. Are you going to disagree, Mark?
I will disagree on that one. Yeah, I think that one was.
see how two people can see the game different.
Probably just as well, to be fair, because I think Southend, things had opened up a little bit for them.
Well, the linesman is looking down the line. We'll give him that. Well, trying to be a little bit cute, Southend, trying to get it round the outside of the defender there, but they've won a throw for the Troubles. Bridge. Is it to Rafe?
You do wonder if there's a consideration of subs now,
Yeah.
Is it Tom Allen?
Tom Allen's there. Obviously he's got good speed and can hold it up at the top if need be. Yeah, it's an interesting one, isn't it? It's whether you stick or twist at the moment, but just need a little bit more zip up top. Whether that's Chadwick or Allen, we'll see. But the ball was cut out there by Lofthouse, out went for a throw. Well, we have the ball. Hoosen plays it across. Good vision. Kawalongo can bring the ball forward, drives forward, Gateshead sitting deep, ball across to the far side. Scott Morris plays it out to Mooney. He's on the right-hand touch line. Has to play it all the way back. With Kensdale on the centre spot. See, now he opens up to drive forward with the ball, but there's the gap. Can they exploit it? Get to put the ball through to Denanga. Denanga, he's driving through on Martin. He's going to put the shot away. Good save over the bar.
Oh, what a save that
What
is.
A great save that was. At first, it looked like it was just going to dip down behind him into the back of the net after it hit his hands. But we said it before, Mark, it was kind of coming. They aren't getting back quick enough and committing too many men forward. And them are the killer passes that you want Marcus Denanga on the end of.
Yeah, Denanga's done everything right there, you know. I think he's tried to go high just to take out the keeper, but it's a great hand. It's a strong hand as well, because if he doesn't get as much on it as he does, that's going to drop in under the bar and in. But brilliant from Martin.
I mean, as you say, the strong hands there has put a spin on the ball, which seemed to slow it down, didn't it? It took an age to go over the bar.
Great ball from Luke Hannon, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Job is calling for it. In comes the ball. It's been headed clear, but not completely by Southend, as Booty can pick it up. Gateshead with Hannant. He's driving with the ball. Picks the ball through. Oh, it's going to bounce through. Nobody challenging on it. I don't think anyone thought that was coming through, but the clearance, it's Gateshead throw.
Yeah, much better last 60 seconds from Gateshead. Really start to pick up that level again.
Well, maybe they sense it on the pitch as well with the around them, but the throw's been taken as Francis.
Be careful.
So calm there. I mean, he's seen 4 players running towards him and he just side passes it to the defender. Wern over the top. It's not going to get there towards him, but the ball goes out of play for a throw on the far side, and that to me is another sign of tiredness, that they're not looking to get it to a teammate. Anywhere will do and just putting it out.
Yeah, but I mean, they can't use it as an excuse, really. I mean, that sounds really harsh, I realise, but you know, they've just got to keep going. And you see them when they were sort of, as you said, trotting back there. There's a chance here.
Oh, Canu. He's got the ball right hand side on touchline. He needs a runner in the centre. There is Cardwell there, but can he get there? Gates have 2-3 players around him. He does very well, Cardwell. Canu wins a corner as well. Oh, it's went for a goal kick.
Come back off him.
Wow. Well, you know, the options weren't there for him, and the Gator defenders were really marking him well. But Canu, he just needs to have an outlet.
Yeah, I mean, he's looking up there as and saying, "Come on, lads, someone move for us," but nobody is.
Ball through the centre. Marcus just skims off his shin pads there, and it's going to be passed all the way back to Martin.
I think that's on Moore, you know, instead of playing out from the back and playing it short. I think not that it was a long ball, it was a long pass.
But by setting up to do a short one, they commit men forward. It's very well thought out at the moment from Gateshead. Just has to be executed correctly, because if you muck up, trying to build down the right hand side there, ball comes off Francis. And Gateshead do have a number of players warming up there. Chadwick going through a bit more of a vigorous one. Don't know if that's a psychological thing to say to the manager, I'm ready. But we'll see if we are going to have the introduction of Lionel Chadwick.
Yeah, he got some traction online with that goal, didn't he?
He certainly did. As the ball played over the top, Cardwell with a good run there, but Archie Mayer straight out in front of his countryman, and out it goes for a good throw in. Needs to get back quickly, though.
He's not exactly rushing, but no. Oi, Archie. Speed on.
Well, we know what Scott Morris can do from these situations, and he goes short. Gets the ball back, and he has a delivery in him. Takes a touch. Now gets the cross in. Dangerous one. Job's there to head it clear. Only falls the edge of the box, falls to a yellow shirt. Nodded out to the far side. Now they look to try and get another probing ball into the box, and Southend have committed a lot of men forward here for this.
Gets it done really well there. Yeah, really well.
That's going to be all the way back to Martin, from being down in the final third corner of the box to back with the goalkeeper. Gateshead have held firm. 65 minutes gone. Gateshead 1, Southend United 0. Ball forward, lovely ball through there. Canu, he did everything right, but Archie Mayer was there to collect the ball, and Francis, with a lot of space there, lays it off to Whelan. Whelan lets it roll through to Richardson.
I'm going to see a sub from Southend here. I'm sure I've just seen someone getting changed there.
Yeah. No. Oh, Gateshead passing it calmly around the box, and Southend United players chasing it down as Lofthouse. Well,
that's either a foul or it's a Southend throw.
Oh, it's a Southend throw, if you ask me.
But it certainly isn't a Gateshead throw.
Certainly not.
That's quite the full moon over there, Dave.
It is.
Haven't seen a full moon like that since we stayed at Wembley together.
And it was a cloudy night. Well, Archie Mayer sees the run. Lofthouse, can he win the header? He can, just couldn't
got to read
get it through. But it's going to be picked up in midfield by Gateshead once again. And I say, Whelan is just in there like a rash and so calm and composed, but they managed to get themselves away. Oh, Francis wins the ball.
Missed one there, you know.
And now referee lets it go, but Gateshead on the attack. Whelan right hand side drives with the ball. Taylor trying to outmuscle him, does get in front of him, does very well. Taylor there.
He did.
But, nice stuff. Gateshead fortunate to control the wayward pass.
I would have Francis would just calm down on the ball.
Yeah.
Just looks panicky all the time.
Well, he passes it to the non-league Luka Modric. Now Lofthouse has the ball. Booty inside to Francis. Nice vision to pick out Hannons. Can he control it? He can. Oh, this is slippy out there. Does well though, and Wern.
I'm not sure he's doing that.
Yeah, I don't think he was expecting the man to come in from behind and just take it away. But we have 23 minutes remaining here in the second half, and Gateshead lead by 1 goal, and now Southend on the attack.
Someone hasn't tracked.
Bridge. He's got Cano on the inside. Cardwell at the back post. Puts the cross there. Does very well. Now the shot comes in. It's cleared off the line. And there was a foot. I don't know which Gateshead defender it was to get it away. But Gateshead just switched off a little bit there. Allowed Southend to push on them. But it is going to be a throw to Gateshead. And I think there is going to be a substitution. Yes, we are going to see Jack Wood come on. We'll find out who for in a second. And it's going to be for Mooney. Well, we've only seen fleeting glances of him in this game. What can Jack Wood do? Like for like swap, it looks like.
Substitution for the Southend United FC. Leaving the pitch, number 10, Dan Mooney, being replaced by number 14, Jack Wood.
Throw taken by Gateshead as Kent Richardson pings it off a Southend player to have a throw 3 yards higher up the pitch. Dinanga drops deep to get involved. Whelan. On the ball from Francis. It was loose. The ball's going to be pinged. Oh, there was a poor ball out there. Jack Wood gets his first touch. Hits the woodwork right between the crossbar and the post. And Gateshead will let off severely there. That could have been the equalizer.
Yeah, as I say, Gateshead could be the one worst enemy. That's really, really poor in midfield. Just hasn't quite come off, and a real let off. You know, it looked as if it's going to loop over Archie and dip in, but it's hit the bar or post, and it's a real let off. Yeah.
Well, we said right through it was Francis that one there, but nodded on. Oh, can Dinanga get on the end of this? He's chasing it down. Kensdale can't keep up with him, but he needs support. He's going to keep it in the dead ball line. Out it goes for a throw next to the corner flag. I'm not sure which. Was it Jack Wood that got the shot off? Was it? I think I might be wrong. All happened in a flash. 70 minutes gone. Gateshead still 1-0 to the good, but Southend getting themselves into the game.
I think you are seeing the importance of Greg Ollie here. You know, not seeing it.
Yeah.
Just a bit of link-up playing between midfield and forwards. Just not quite happening.
Well, Lofthouse drives in with the ball, still going. Can he get it? Oh, just ran a little bit too far away, and this is where Regan Booty just comes back and mops up there, gets the ball back himself. Story. We're seeing the tempo really raised by Southend. They're going for it now, and they have to. And Gateshead, they've got to stay switched on, as we've seen what can happen. There are no mugs, Southend United, and there's a free kick being given there for a coming together between Wern and Cabanolo.
Some goals flying around the ground.
Any notable ones?
Not in the National League, but National League North by Spartans were 2-0 down half time, back to 2-2.
Oh, wow. Oh, there's a ball across there. It's asking a lot of Scott Morris. He's kept a hold of it.
Billy Chadwick coming on, I think.
Oh. Do you remove Dinanga, or could you see Wern possibly? Oh, Gateshead managed to pick up the loose ball. Now they can try and break as Wern pulls across this side to run as Hannon brings it forward. Gets it to Marcus Dinanga. Dinanga goes for a shot. Oh, just past the post. Wow, he got some venom on that one. And Gateshead showing they're still on the hunt for goals here at Gateshead International Stadium.
Yeah, he's trying to curl it, hasn't he? Just need a little bit more whip on it. And I think if he does, it probably goes inside that near post. But great break, great ball from Luke Hannon. Hasn't really made too much of an impact, Luke, at the moment. But you always know he's going to provide something at some point.
Captain Ralph has the ball under pressure from Whelan. As Gateshead try and keep the pressure on in midfield as they play it back as Ralph gets the ball back under pressure. Whelan really trying to stop the ball from getting forward. Gateshead need to pick up the second ball here as they've lost it there as Lofthouse has to scramble back, but Kent Richardson's there up against Bridge. Bridge driving forward with the ball. There was a slip in the box from Cardwell. Now the ball comes out to the captain, Ralph. All in the final third of Gateshead's end of the pitch. And now Ralph drives for the ball, puts a dangerous cross in there. There's big man Cardwell wins the header, but looping over the... Well, I think it went wide, to be honest. But it is going to be a double sub here. We're going to see Jordan Hunter and Billy Chadwick come on here in the... So it's going to be Whelan is coming off for Jack Hunter.
Jordan
Hunter, and giving it to Jack Hunter, the former Gator player, of course, that scored last week for Halifax.
And Wern.
And Stephen Wern is going to be replaced by Billy Chadwick. Yeah, I had a feeling that one might be the case. It's a little bit of a change in formation here, but it looks like Hunter is going to go into a midfield role here.
Yeah, he can play there, Jordan. Very good on the ball in there. He will give Gateshead a bit more forward thrust as well in midfield. Yeah, interesting changes. Clearly something that's being worked on.
As Archie Mayer pings the ball up, looking for Lofthouse. Lofthouse gets it through to Dinanga. Dinanga, lovely touch to the ball. Oh, lays it off. Can Hunter get a touch? What a goal! Oh, it's off the inside of the post and back out. It just looked like it was going to nestle in. It would have been his first touches of the ball. Wow. But Lofthouse and Dinanga linking up again. And they opened up that defence.
I mean, if he scores that quickly after coming on, you give Rob Elliott the job and give him a 10-year deal, because that's a Midas touch, isn't it?
Wow. Jordan Hunter's not opposed to scoring from the bench, but Kensdale's driving forward with the ball. Too much space, too much respect, but the ball through was not the greatest, and Archie Mayer can just take his time and pick this up if he wants to, and he has. But we're starting to see Southend United players commit further forward and Gateshead just have to ride the wave of it and then break. As here comes a ball for Hunter. Oh no, sorry, it went through to
He's got to do better there. He's got to do better.
Yeah. So Ken Steele wanted it more there, and I think he's hurt himself actually. But the ball with Bridge, left hand side of the box. Oh, lovely bit of footwork to send Richardson the wrong way, and oh, great save, and they've equalised. Cardwell. There was a save from Archie Mayer, and Cardwell was there just to poke it home. And Gateshead, they were riding the wave of pressure, and that wave has crashed on Gateshead's show. It's 1-1.
Yeah, Gateshead just not dealing with the cross. It's come in too easy, far post. The initial save, I think, was it from Cardwell? It's fallen back to him, and it's a great finish. It's got to go high. And a really good finish. Yeah, it's been coming. It's been coming at times.
Well, Gateshead have 15 minutes here to go on and try and get the lead. But we said Southend United have to be respected here. They're in the league position they are with a 10-point deduction, let's not forget. They are no pushovers, and if that 10-point deduction wasn't there, they'd be just behind Gateshead in the league. So this, on paper, isn't what it looks like in the in the league table.
Not at all. Not at all, yeah. Big blow for Gateshead because, you think it comes just seconds after Jordan Hunter probably should score. So, yeah, let's see what Gateshead are made of.
Wow. Does this open the game up even more with Gateshead pushing forward to get the win?
Southend United, number 9, Harry Cardwell.
It's a great finish, by the way. He can only go high. If he goes low, I think you're probably looking at Archie saving it again, but he's got to go high.
Always feel for a keeper in that. Pull off a great save, but the ball just fell for him sweetly. And that's what a number 9's paid to do. Put it in the back of the net, and Gateshead looking to keep this ball moving.
It's just slowed down a little bit from Gateshead. And I think they haven't really...
haven't capitalised, have they, on what we've seen before? But that goal has brought Southend back to life, as it has their fans on the far side. Well, the movement stopped, and so is the pace of the game as Gateshead just at the back, play it around. Job gets the ball, he's under pressure, plays it forward, and Gateshead, well, we said before, the only person that can hurt Gateshead's Gateshead at the moment, and that trend is starting to happen here at the moment. Wayward passes.
Yeah, it's poor, if I'm honest. Gateshead needs someone to take control of this game.
But it's 1-1 here. 77 minutes as a long throw comes in from Scott Morris. Bounces in the box. And, here comes the shot in. Offside flag goes up. And, he puts it wide. But that is what you've got to fear from Southend United. They're going to capitalise when they get the space. Might take a couple of opportunities, but they have. But what if Gateshead got in reply? As you said, moments before, it could have been all over if that ball had trickled into the other side of the post.
Well, probably should have been, shouldn't it?
Yeah.
To be honest. There was an option of a pass as well. I know you probably didn't say it, but there was an option. I think Denango stood far post on his own.
Well, Archie Mayer, he wants options. He wants movement, and it's
Nothing
not
happening.
it's not coming at all. As the ball to Story is the one. Gets it out to Job. And they're starting to hunt in packs on the Southend midfield and forward line. Story. Still only about 35 yards out from his own box. Carries the ball forward now, though. Hannant. It's Job left-hand side. Just controls it, puts it back to Story.
It's a movement.
And at the moment, Southend's formation is holding tight, and Gateshead are looking to try and break it down. Richardson gets it to Lofthouse, right-hand side.
I think you're probably looking at, the subs are being made to try and put some more energy into Gateshead, and at the minute, they're not showing it. Chadwick and Hunter and people like that have just got a bit more movement. That's a bit better.
Oh, there we go. Job on the left-hand side, but he passes it back to Story. Was Gateshead players getting themselves forward. Hunter's trying to show for space here on the right-hand side, but it's going to come across to Lofthouse. Hunter is there if he wants him, but he's got a man right next to him. Comes back to help out Hunter, and all the way back to Archie Mayer.
We should say as well how disciplined Southend are here.
Yeah, it's there's no movement at all, is there? Look, it's two banks of four there, and the two target men.
Yeah, it is. I've not noticed that. It's pretty much 4-4-2, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially in the defensive formation. But Gateshead lost the ball. Chadwick and Southend on the attack now. Cardwell tries to keep the ball moving.
That's terrible.
And, there's going to be a yellow card here for Ed Francis. It was a late one. The ball was played and then he came.
I don't know if he slipped as he's gone in,
Yeah. It's a yellow card. Free kick just inside their own half for Southend United.
It looked terrible when he first went into him, but I don't know if he's just slipped as he's went to challenge him.
Either way, Cardwell kept the ball moving very fast there.
But Newcastle beating Chelsea 4-1.
Wow. And it's no warmer across that side of the Tyne.
I'll tell you what, I think it's warmer in St. James, isn't it? Because we are literally right on the banks of the Tyne here.
Yeah. Well, they've committed men forward here, Southend. They're really pushing for it up towards Kawalongu, but the ball's been picked up by Southend. They need to pick up the second ball, Gateshead. Bridge lays it back, and now Hussein drives forward, and he's still going with the ball, but Archie Mayer comes out.
Now you break, quick one.
Archie Mayer looking.
There's options.
Oh, and Gateshead just don't distribute the ball.
He had options there, just a quick throw.
10 minutes remain on 9.5. Here, Gateshead 1, Southend United 1.
It's got to start moving quicker.
Well, dare I say, it needs a Greg Ollie just to try and put his foot on it in midfield and pick out a pass. But Job can carry the ball for players. Went out there.
Great ball, by the way.
Chadwick was just lurking on the shoulder of the defender, but it was poked out for a throw. Well, it's a game that's had a bit of everything apart from a red card and bad tackles. It's had a bit of niggle. It's had some silky smooth stuff, and it's had some messy stuff as well, which you would say led to Gateshead's goal. Southend United's goal.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's been we mentioned about Gateshead. They're the ones that could beat Gateshead, and I think they have a little bit because they've just switched off. And good sides in this league punish you.
See that Hunter is in acres of space here on the right hand side. He's made 3 runs, but now can it be picked out here? As Hannon, if he looks up, Hunter's come inside. Sorry. I think he might have been off if that had went through, but the ball comes all the way back to Archie Mayer, who takes touches well outside his box, gets it to Richardson. Turns his man.
I don't know why he turned back.
And now Gator can try and break us the ball out to Hunter. That's what we've been looking at. He's got it now, right hand side. Can he get a delivery in? He's got men in the box. Puts it in towards the near post, cleared. But can Gateshead pick up the second ball? They don't, and that's what they've been guilty of the last 15 minutes, not getting that second ball. And at the moment, that was a nice bit of pass and play between Booty and Richardson.
You're right, Hunter again. He's made that run, and the ball's on all the time for him.
Oh, nice stuff, Job. Oh, he should have carried the ball forward. Easier to say from up here, though. Ball across to Hunt, and it's going to get there. This is the space. He looks up. He needs support. Lofthouse on the underlap. He's got the ball inside the box, right hand side, pulls it across. Oh, it's poked home. How did no Gateshead player get a foot on it? It's been cleared by Southend, and Gateshead pick it up on the edge of the area. Hunter, right hand side. Chadwick. Oh, can he get one in now? Right to the dead ball in, pulls it back. Lofthouse straight at the keeper. Oh, applause from Rob Elliott, because that was a lot better. But we're in the 84th minute, and time is ticking away.
It is, yeah, much better, moving the ball quicker. Well played, Chadwick, just trying to come off that left-hand side, switch to the right, and it's a simple save, though.
Well, Gateshead pick up the ball in midfield, but Francis with another wayward pass. There's been a couple in the second half. Ball up towards Job. Out it goes for a throw on the far side, and they're going to commit men forward here again. Southenders. Brooklyn Cabalongo strides up now into the area. We know where this one's going. As the Southend fans are in fine voice. I like what they say at the end of the game is
got to stop the cross.
Hussein gets the ball, underlap. Wood has the ball, plays it back. Scott Morris plays it in. And hasn't been cleared yet. Second ball, Gateshead need to poke this one clear, and they do, and Denanga is going to chase it down, but Kensdale was there, and was that maybe it feels for handball there, but Bridge has the ball. He's up against Lofthouse, trying a bit of trickery. Lofthouse sticking to him, though. At the moment, Chadwick back to help out. There's now Ralph comes down. Showed for there. Now Gateshead can try and get this ball moving. As Hunter didn't have any space, didn't have any avenues to go into. He's been dispossessed, the ball goes out. And he got off with one there.
Well, to be fair, you're right, he did get away with it, but only because he had no support. No Gateshead players made a run from him. No. That's quite poor, to be fair.
5 minutes of normal time remaining. You would hazard probably maybe 4 minutes on here with the substitutions. But we've been treated to two sides that don't give up. That's why they're up the end of the table where they are, as Hunter puts it into Denanga. Denanga. Oh,
all right.
Got it to Lofthouse. Back to Denanga. Hunter, if he looks up, there's a ball to Hannant. Hannant's in acres of space. He hasn't played it. He's still going, Hunter. Gets it back to Lofthouse. That's all right. But there's urgency from the Gateshead dugout from Magnier to get the ball moving. And now Hunter, right-hand side. Can he pull it back across? He can. It's deep. It's very deep. Hunter.
It's got to go
Hannant nodded it back over.
It's got to go away from goal.
And the keeper, Martin, just plucked that out. But we're seeing Hunter just ghost into this right-hand area. And it, as you said, Martin, it needs to be exploited.
He's done well since he's come on, Jordan. He's, you want, when people haven't had much game time, you want them to come on and make an impact. And he has a bit here.
Ball nodded on. Gateshead pass it out. And
by the way.
Francis, if he looks up, the run on there, plays it back to Lofthouse, who's playing a more deeper role now since Hunter's come on. Slight formation change.
Looks like it's gone forward the back, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. Booty puts the ball over the top, looking for the run of Hannant. Hannant is going to get there. Keeps it in. He needs support, though. Chadwick's there. Now Chadwick plays it back to Booty. Lofthouse. It goes to Kent Richardson. Richardson now plays it out to Hunter. He's been involved in a lot since he's come on. Cuts inside with it. Oh, he gets it to Marcus. Marcus lays it off. Francis, just too many yellow shirts to try and pick a shot out from the edge of the box, but Gateshead still have it. Job to Francis. Francis gets it into Booty. Booty, lovely little flick through, but trying to be a little bit too cute. Look at that ball through, and now driving forward of the ball on the far side. Southend plays it back to Scott Morris. Inside, Houston has a lot of space. And Kevin Mayer, the Southend manager, his head in his hands there. He didn't know that was the best option, and he's still berating his side, wanting them to do better. As is Rob Elliott.
Well, Gateshead, your modular systems, Davison Saunderson man of the match tonight. Number 8, Ed Francis.
Well, ball out here to Hunter. He's onside. Is he? Yes, he is. He's controlled it really well. Can he put it back across? He can. Oh, Chadwick! How did he miss the net? Oh, he was in acres.
Just hit the target.
Wow.
Just hit the target. It's brilliant from Hunter again, but he's just got to get his head over it, and he's gone for power. I think there's another sub here, isn't there?
Yeah, it's Morrow Vilhet is coming on.
273, including 324 away supporters.
Great away support. 324 away supporters made the long trip up from Southend here today. It is bitterly cold, and they're in a stand with no roof. They're out to the elements. There is a little bit of a wind from where we are. It's we're not getting much of it, and they will be very cold over there. And well done to every single one of them for making the trip up to Tyneside here this afternoon. But there's a minute and a half of normal time remaining. At hazard, we might have at least 5 minutes of added on time here. Is there a hero and a villain to come into this story? Gateshead win the header. Denanga brings it down to Hunter. Hunter plays the ball through. Oh, he's just asking too much of Denanga. Way too much on it. But Martin, he's committed himself to it, and out it comes, and it's a throw into Gateshead in front of their own dugout. And well, all right, credit to Denanga for chasing that down.
Number 19, Dan Canu leaving the pitch, being replaced by number 20, Mauro Vilhet.
Well, Vilhet is on from Barnet player. Gateshead in the last minute of the game here, trying to pick their way through this Southend formation. There's a ball.
I don't think that was ever on, you know.
It's asking a lot. Oh, Regan Booty did very well there to get in front of his man and win the ball back. Stopped any chance of a counter-attack. Booty gets the ball now, just on the halfway line, right-hand side of the pitch. Gives it to Hunter. Hunter doesn't have that many options. Plays it back. It's a back five now for Southend. They're really standing firm with this formation, and it is 3 minutes added on, less than thought, as Hunter now gets it to Lofthouse as well. Did he? Oh, well, Magnier thinks it was a foul, and the ball played forward, and Gateshead can get back to defend this one. And Hunter calmly plays it back to Archie Mayer. Well, big decisions at this time in the game. The referee thought there was nothing there, and Gateshead still in possession.
Here's the one last push from Gateshead.
Story has the ball. Booty. Can he pick out a probe and run? Hunter. The ball was nearly there. Hussein keeps the ball in. Fortunately, off the heels of Regan Booty, his ball forward was blind.
Kevin Mayer is absolutely foaming about that.
I'm not surprised. He just played that blind. There was nobody there. But Regan Booty sees a runner through the middle. And it's going to get there to Hannon. If he can control it and keep it in, he can. Puts it across first time.
I don't know why he's not pulled it back. Chadwick's on his own on the edge.
Well, I think it was the ball was in him at some speed. I think he had to hit it at the pace he was going. Throwing on the far side. Vast difference in the way Gateshead commit men forward to the way Southend do. Obviously, different size of players, physicality. At the moment, Hannant gets it to Story. Story plays it inside now. He's ran forward. Gateshead got lots of men in the box. They need a delivery in from Hannant. Hannant now puts a looping one in and just went right through. Keeper knew all day where that was going. And we have 1 minute and 10 seconds remaining here, Mark. And I think a draw now with this second half is probably a fair result, I would say. It's, they've pushed for it in the second half.
I mean, Southend been better in the second half. You can tell whatever was said at half time has clearly done the trick. They've been better tempo. I think they've been better organised second half as well.
Yeah.
Really difficult to break down. But I don't think Gateshead have done themselves any favours either by just slowing the tempo a bit too much. But it's been a great couple of weeks for Gateshead.
I mean, if anyone had said to you, you'll pick up 10 points potentially 10 points, it isn't over yet, in the next 4 games after the 4-0 defeat at home to Fylde, you would have maybe scoffed at it somewhat. Yeah. But the ball forward for Cardwell. Story does well. Gateshead pick up the loose ball. This is the last chance for Gateshead to get the ball forward. 30 seconds remain as Kenton Richardson's urged to get the ball forward. Magni telling him to ping the ball forward. Gets it to Lofthouse. Lofthouse cuts inside of it. Back to Richardson. Now he plays it across. And Story looks to get this one going. Hunter is he was signalling for it. No one's seen him.
It's got to go.
Gateshead in the last 30 seconds didn't get the ball to go forward. It ends level here. Gateshead 1, Southend United 1. Stephen Wern capitalising on a moment of magic from Story in midfield, winning the ball and the ball through, and the finish was none too shabby either. But the second half, Southend came out, held firm, stayed rigid, and Gateshead didn't capitalise on breaking them down. And the tempo kind of dropped, didn't it?
Yeah, it did, and I think Gateshead, it's one moment where they've switched off, and as I say, good teams in this league will punish you. Gateshead are usually the punishers, but I think they've been punished today for what they've done. But again, as you said, Dave, after that defeat against Fylde here, if you'd said you would take 10 points from the next 12 with the games being faced, I think you would have taken it.
Well, as I say, that is how the cookie crumbled here at Gateshead International Stadium. A massive thank you to Mark Carruthers for joining us here on commentary. Big thank you to every one of you that has joined us on the stream. And as I say, the people on the National League TV won't hear us, but apologies that we couldn't get the audio out to you. A missing part in the puzzle was to blame for that. But Gateshead, they take 10 points from their last 4 games. And I tell you what, there's not many teams in the league would turn their nose up at that run of results. Gateshead will go forward next weekend away to Woking, where they'll be looking to get back to winning ways. But at the moment, Gateshead, they're still in the playoffs and things are looking rosy. The Rob Elliott era has well and truly arrived. We'll see you next time, and join us on the Heat Army podcast later this week, or next week, should I say.